yesterday. Thought it looked fun, and we're going to be doing this today as a group. So I have a couple of tips I want to share with you. But first, what is the Bella Complex? The Bella Complex is 4 lifts in one single complex. You're going to do a clean, it could be squat or power, a shouldered overhead or jerk, a front squat, and then finally a jerk. All right, all without dropping the barbell. The first thing I'll say about the ladies yesterday is they made it look much easier than it really is. I actually just tried it out at the gym during open gym today, and they certainly made it look easy. I was really impressed by several of the athletes who failed the lift, but then were able to regroup and hit that lift with a high heart rate. So that's very impressive, and it's very likely may happen to one of you during the weightlifting portion. That's perfectly okay. Just make sure you give yourself as much time to get the heart rate down. There's 2 tips I want to share with you. Your coaches may have additional tips or they'll reinforce these, but I found these 2 to be the most helpful that I wanted to pass along to you, all the classes. The first one is your stance for the complex. So what I want you to think about, what I thought about today, is making sure my stance was set before attempting any lift. So I kind of broke the complex out in my head as 4 individual lifts. It is. But I made sure my feet were set properly for each lift. So what I mean by that is I chose the power clean. I had a hook grip here. I come into my power clean. This is not necessarily my shoulder to overhead grip position because I still have my hook grip in. So I released that. My feet felt good. And I'll go into I chose the split jerk, but my feet are where I want them to be for my split jerk. All right, so if I caught my clean a little narrow, before I would go into my jerk, I'd make sure I'd set up. Yes, it's a little more time under tension than I prefer, but it's the best way to get the most out of your complex. From here, split jerk for me, I finish the lift, reabsorb it, regroup. From here, I have to go to the front squat. So as the weight gets heavier, it's harder for me to keep my elbows up. So what I have to do is release my pinky. So you see my pinky off here, and from here, my feet, I adjust my toes, make sure I'm in my good front squat positioning, straight down, straight up, and then get ready for my last and final jerk. So for me, my feet are where I want them to be. And from here, I'll dip, drive, finish with the split jerk, and then that's completed. So make sure your feet are set for all 4 individual lifts. The second tip is hand placement. This gets pretty grippy, and for depending on your wrist mobility, your shoulder mobility, you may have to adjust your grip throughout the lifts like I did. So a couple of tips that helped me make sure that was as easy as possible or as effective as possible was coming out of those cleans, whether it's power or squat and front squat. So from here, I power cleaned it. So while I'm here, I'm in my hook grip. I know I have a jerk to come up, so I come out of my clean, and then I reset by driving out of that hole as fast as I can or as explosive as I can to get that barbell up off my front rack in enough time for me to adjust my grip. So now I'm in my good shoulder overhead positioning, bring it back down to that front rack. So I don't front rack like I talked about. I don't front squat with a full grip. I have to get my pinkies out so that I know coming out of my front squat, I still have a jerk to do. There's no way I can hit a heavy jerk with no pinky on the barbell. So what I have to do is I do my front squat, drive hard, and get that thing off, reabsorb it. And now I'm going into my final jerk. My feet are where I want them to be. My grip is where I want them to be. And I finish it with the grip and stance that I prefer. All right, so those are the 2 things. Stance positions, play around with the grip. Make sure you have the proper grip for all 4 lifts that suit your ability. Have fun today, guys. Let's put up some heavy weights.